Hello friends, welcome to Salesforce Cinematics video session 91. So basically in today's video, we will actually go further and extend whatever we have done in the previous video, and actually we will try to understand the real-time scenario. Okay, so what I mean by that is, let's quickly go back to the data manager. Manage data flow. And here, let me go to monitor, no job run. Okay, I think we were doing this one, pre-session 8. So basically, if you see here, you know, this Acme records which we did, right? Now we will try to do it in real-time scenario, which means I think the last time, if you remember, I showed you about that opportunity. So let me open my developer console and let's do one thing. Let me quickly open the opportunity history. Okay. Sorry. Let me open it once again. Okay, so let me select created date, amount, expected revenue, closed, priority prev amount. Okay, I think these all are fine as of now. I think we can select this one as well, not an issue. So here, if you see, like this is the opportunity history. Now, let's say if I open one of the opportunities, okay. So, for example, this opportunity, let's say test of one, okay. So if I open test of one, it is currently need analysis. Now, let's say I make it to ID decision maker. Okay, before making that to ID decision maker, what I can do is maybe I can also play around with the amount. For example, let's say I give it as 20,000. Okay, let the close date be same, and I am now changing it to, let's say, ID decision makers. Fine, and I'm clicking on save. Okay, now once again, what I will do is uh, I will actually change this amount before I run the data flow. Now, the important thing is here, if I take this particular ID, right? So what I'm going to do is here, let's say I give it as where this opportunity ID, okay, is equals to this one. Fine. And let me click on execute. Okay. So now if you see, this is the whole thing which we have for this particular ID. First, it was the need analysis. Then I made it to ID decision maker. Okay. And yeah, this is the created date. Fine. Now, what I will do is basically the idea is that whatever we did earlier with the help of an Excel sheet, we will take this particular object and we will try to calculate the same thing. Okay. So what I will do is I will just duplicate this one and I will just quickly bring in the opportunity history. Okay. And let me select the object as opportunity history, or I think it's better if I search with history. It's quite a lot of history. Let's see, opportunity history. Yeah, I think this one itself. Okay. Let me check what in developer console I've written. Yeah, it's opportunity history, which is the standard object. Okay. Now here, what I will do is I will select the fields. So let me select amount. Okay. Let me select close date. Let me select created date. Let me select ID. Let me select opportunity ID. Let me select prev amount, previous amount. Okay. Let me select previous close date and let me select stage name. And I think that's fine. I think we have all the related fields which we need to check. Yeah, I think I'm done with this one. I think that's enough. Okay. Maybe expected revenue also we can set, and probably forecast category. Okay. I think this much is enough. Okay. Now, what I will do is, as expected, I will click on the compute relative and let's see what we have done over here. So again, I will just mark it as computations on op history. Okay. And the source will be, of course, opportunity history. Yeah, opportunity history here. partition by. So here, of course, we will be partitioning by the opportunity ID because we are looking for each opportunity ID. Okay. And what I will do is order by, maybe for the order by, I can go for created date. Okay. So basically, I will be calculating whatever we have done with the created date, because the snapshot date over here is nothing but the created date, because whenever you are changing that opportunity, right, basically a new history gets created all the time. Now we will just copy paste from here. So basically for previous stage, okay, so let me write over here ref stage, that is the previous stage. Okay, let me just put the description over here as well, and we will go for source field, and of course the source field will be nothing but stage name, right? Maybe I can write it as previous stage name. Okay, that will be fine. And I am just going to check the previous stage. That's it. Okay, and that's what we have done over here as well. And default will be n by a. Okay, that's fine. Okay, now let me click on save. And similarly, we will calculate the change in status. So we can actually check this part itself. We can just copy paste from here. So here I will click on add this one, and here I will go for SQL. Okay, and this amount is currently fine, which we did previously. That's completely fine. Okay, and yeah, let's move ahead, and let's check what else we can do. So with this one, let's say I give it as change in status. Okay, change in status. Description also, let's say change in status SQL, and this will be text. Okay, so it will be text. That's fine. Let me click on save. Okay, and let me click on create. Okay. So that's the whole thing. And also a client always wants to see what is the duration from changing from one stage to another. You know, the clients also likes to see those kind of things, okay, in real time scenario. So what we can do is we can also calculate the duration of stage. Okay, so let me write it as, sorry, duration of stage. Okay, and what I will do is I will just write created date underscore day underscore epoch. Okay, minus, again the same thing I will write, not an issue. Okay, but here I will give as current. Okay, and here of course it will be previous. Okay, numeric scale is fine, you can put it as 0, that's not an issue. And if we don't have any previous, it will be 0 as well. Okay, so I will also calculate the duration of stage, which means if you see over here, what was the duration exactly? Like this is the created date. When I change it to this particular stage, how much duration did it take to change from one to another? Okay, that's what we can calculate over here, duration of stage. Okay, and we can click on save, and finally we can just give a register note, and we can write here op history calculations op history op, or we can write it as op history data set. I think that's also enough. Okay, the source node we can write it computation of op history. So op history data set, we can write this alias and name. We can click on create. Okay, now once this is done, we can just update, and we can run the data flow. Okay, so let me go to data monitor. Okay, okay, what I can do is I just got one idea. Mm, okay, let me just cancel this. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Let me just cancel this. I have failed because I didn't run the job. What I need to do is actually I will be changing this one, okay, to proposal or price quote. So basically, let me first change this one. So let's say right now the stage will be proposal or price quote. Okay, and what I'm going to do is this amount I will just change it to let's say 50,000. Okay, that's the whole thing what I've done, and I'm clicking on save. Okay, now so if I just refresh the grid, so basically there are three parts in for this particular opportunity ID. at first it went from need analysis to ID decision makers, then it went from ID decision makers to proposal or price quote, and this is how the change in amount was. Okay, so that's what I just wanted to do. And right now what we can do is we can actually run the data flow. Okay, so now let me run the data flow. I think it ran. Yeah, so now it's fine. Basically it's syncing it, the opportunity history, whatever changes we have made, it is going to get synced. Okay, so yeah, let's wait for this one to run. So this ran successfully. And before running this, I just got one more idea. Uh, let me also run this opportunity as well because I update it. Okay. So just to ensure that whatever we have done, it kind of takes into picture. Let me run the full sync of opportunity also because the opportunity history had run. And after that, I will definitely run the data flow. Okay. Let's now monitor this. That's fine. Okay, so this ran successfully, but before running, let me just have a very quick cross check if everything is fine. I think this is completely fine. Here it won't throw error. This amount, I think we have taken, right? Yeah, amount is already there. That is completely fine. And duration of stage will be this one itself. Okay, yeah, I don't see any challenges. So now let's kind of run this data flow. Okay, and let's monitor this. Okay. Okay, so as you can see, this ran successfully. Now I will just open this particular data set. So once I open this, let me quickly go to values table. Now over here, what I can do is expected. I think I can skip all this thing. We can go for close date. Let me go for show selected and let me deselect a few things from here which are not needed. Change in status. I want to see the opportunity ID as of now. I think completely this is fine. Let me click on the pencil button and see if there is something which I missed, which needs to, I think I need the created date for sure. Okay, previous close date, maybe I can take it, not an issue. And I think right now I'm fine. Okay. And now what I'm going to do is I will put a filter for this particular opportunity. We will check only for this particular opportunity. Okay, that's it. So now if I go over here and if I put a filter, so here the filter will be on ID, which is the opportunity ID, right? And I will give this particular value over there. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I will just sort this created date. I think this is already in descending, I guess, but yeah, that's fine. I have just clicked it on over here. So that means it is the 12th. And so from 15th night, it got changed to 212. Then it got changed again on the 212 as well, which is fine. And opportunity ID stage name, brief stage name is fine. Duration of what I can do is I can bring the created date over here. So I can find the previous amount. Previous amount is also being shown. And yeah, I think that is enough. I think I can bring the amount over here. I can also bring the previous amount over here. Okay. Now, if you see, basically this opportunity changed from need analysis to ID decision maker to proposition. Now we can see the amount as well as, in opportunity history, we can see the previous amount. So this was the 50,000 amount when it was in ID decision, and the previous amount also thankfully gets calculated in opportunity history. However, you can still go for this to find out if you can either simply write without the computative that is amount is more than previous one, that it will be up. So what I have done, I have actually kind of written this SAQL right over here, the change in status where I'm taking the current. So you can do with compute expression also. Okay, that's the beauty, because the thing is that in opportunity history, you have this field previous amount itself. Okay, so you can just write amount is more than or less than, and then it will show you whether it's up or down. That way also you can do, but that's completely fine. But yeah, previous stage is something we don't see, right? So basically this is an important, like what was the previous stage? Okay, yeah, here you are seeing which is a different thing. But if the client wants to see it in the chart mode, they can see the previous stage. Now the main thing is over here, the duration of stage. If you see, like from ID to decision proposition, how much duration it took? It took 0 days, which is fine, which happened quickly. But how much duration it took to go from need analysis to decision maker? It's almost like 78, right? So here we can actually show that to the client that this is the period where it took a lot of time, and we need to ask question to the sales rep why it took a lot of time. Okay, so yeah, this is the way you can calculate, and this is one practical application I wanted to show you. Whatever we have done through CSV file, how we actually do it via opportunity history. Okay, so yeah, that's it about this video, and yeah, please do like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.